45 minutes left in the trading session. Welcome back to the close. Let's have a quick look at how things stand. Still negative here. We are trying to rally back. Post-Fed, obviously, Fed Chair Powell still taking questions in the press conference. So market off the lows, still negative though, 0.4, 0.75, and 0.3 for the NASDAQ. Crypto's down here, pretty negative as well. We did get a move in Bitcoin. Guys, 45 minutes to go in the session.
Yes, sir. Everyone waited for Fed Day. It has come, and there was lots of trading opportunities because you look at the spike that happened. I'll quickly go over what happened in the NASDAQ here, what is happening, I should say. You do get an initial move to the downside right when 14,000 breaks, and then you'll hold the bottom 150, 160 points lower, and then we're right back to these levels. Now, we always talk about the rubber band effect, so when the number comes out, it's like sit it out, sit it out, sit it out, and then get into something off of a key level. Now, for me, I chose NIO. We got a nice little pop here at 2 o'clock, right into a double top in the morning. I mean, it couldn't be any cleaner. You short that top, and the market does a nice little reversal here for you. It's now coming right back up into that high. The only reason I bring up NEO, of course, I'm in a couple of other positions, but NEO trying to get right back to that 44.80. Still down. Of course, those the Chinese, sales numbers came through, bringing the entire space down for the major EV producers there. A couple of other things to get into. We're going to be live trading, of course. We got to be flat by the end of the day. Sean is back. Those of you that were watching in the morning, he doesn't really take much time off. But I see, like, we're both still in AMC. But one of us at least still has that Roblox trade because obviously those high valuation names got beat up on that move down.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, we still got the diamonds, as they say there. Yeah, it actually, I mean, this had already started till 2 o'clock. Really started, I don't know. I mean, the move was already happening with Roblox. So we're really happy that we were able to get this move down. Unfortunately, it did break some VWAP there just as that number comes out. That's okay, but we are, you know, we talk about revenge, a dish best served cold. I mean, here's Roblox now. $4 plus in the money on the short side. We're still holding this. I still have targets down here. So, I mean, I'm trying to wait for 80.50, see if we get a flush down to the downside here today on Roblox. So that's going to be a good one. Just waiting for this 81.38 area to break. I mean, to be exact, 81.38. But anyways, 81.50. If we can get that to the downside, we'll be pretty happy campers right there with Roblox. I still can't believe, I think it should be down more than this, let alone what happened right here. So that's Roblox. And then AMC, we still got, I mean, unfortunately, I still have this old, I got to change my stream deck here, but AMC right now, we're still holding this. We should have got out up here when it's near VWAP, but it's right back. So we're still holding on right now. We should have, like I said, that was a good out. Really funny that we didn't. And then we should have got longer back in here. But right now, 2 for 2 on these two positions that we're holding. Let's see where we go from here.
I got it for you. I changed my, there we go. There's a rocket ship. I mean, you just went over AMC, so that's fine. I'm going to go over Torch. Obviously, TRCH. I saw some people talking about this one this morning. Before we came on here, like shortly before we came on, and asking, hey, what price you long? And I was like, nah, I'm short. I'm short this bad boy. It came right back into these levels. I actually got punked in the morning, shorting this stock at 640, then shorting it again at 640 instead of, I don't know why I didn't short it at 666. That's an ominous number. It's also double top. And then you get this flush. So I miss out on the entire thing, comes right back in front of VWAP. Now, some people are just saying 6 resistance, 610 up here. Since about 11:30 or so, double top at 610. Tested it a couple of times. The first time it did so, got a little shares here. Then when it really tested, I'm like, yeah, jam. And then I tried to get more when it touched off 9s, but really just been taking half of it out in front of this 580 just to be able to load back in here, hopefully at a much, much better price if it gets to like 6 to 605. The thing about Fed, and I tweeted this one out, the thing about the Fed and then when Powell is talking is it can get choppy. So I showed NEO where it had that double top. DraftKings, which is getting beaten up, that Hindenburg short report. So many stocks went to morning lows and bounced. This had this little 2 o'clock bounce off 47.75. Second time through, it bounces again. I'm like, gotta have it. So I get long at 47.90. Looks fantastic. Scalps them out, scalps them out. Looks like I want to hold for VWAP. It comes back in. I reload same price, gets stopped at the low of the day. And this is the shakeout while Powell's talking. Now it breaks this level here. I take a breakout long, scalp in front of VWAP. Now we're in the money on DraftKings. But I'm telling you, these washout levels that you have on a Fed day are absolutely fantastic. If you can grab them, the reversals can be gigantic. You see what happened with DraftKings. Just shouldn't have got wicked out. And the problem with this is I should have been right back in here at like 47.90 or 48, but I didn't do it.
All right, guys, a little distracted here. I can't show this for too long.
They win?
No, they're winning right now, 1-0. I mean, we don't mess around like Portugal. Like Portugal waited to the 84th minute to score. We just scored in like the 10th minute right here. So it's going to be 1-0 Italy on our way to probably another 3 or 4-0 victory, and then on our way to a Euro Cup victory, and then we'll see who can beat us in the World Cup, probably Brazil and Argentina. I see some people talking about that right now. Oh no, is it 2-0? I don't know. I might be on a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. It really just matters about the finals, so we'll wait. Okay, AMC right now, 54 and change. I just got to remember not to go through Little Italy today on my way home. Because that's going to be insane in Toronto here on that one. Oh, they're checking the goal. Maybe they're going to review this
Disallowed?
one. So I don't know. Who knows? Okay, Roblox. So we're just going to look for more to trade here. What about Microsoft right now? Negative on the day, as the NASDAQ still negative as well. We can check that out. 257.68. Where do we go? Ooh, nice little move upside. This is the Fed move, right? Like you could have bought any bottom basically and been okay. You know what? The name I actually really wanted to look at here was Facebook. Facebook made new highs yesterday all time, and then right back today up to 332. Down that one in a bit. It was 337 and change we needed to get to again today. So looking at this break, 333.50 on Facebook. If we can get up there, believe me, we can go, man, especially if this market wants to go. AMC still $2 in the money though.
Yeah, I'm liking this AMC. It's got to get to that 55 at least. Come on, like give us 55s. I do have Geo. You're going to see it on the board here. It is barcoding, and it's up 10%. But if you look at this, after these breakdowns, I'm just sitting in here thinking, if we break out above VWAP, I'll just reverse into a long. Like if it does this move, essentially I got 27s short, so if it breaks VWAP, you risk like 5 to 10 pennies, reverse into a long, thinking it's likely to test 750. If it breaks down, however, I want to add to the short if it breaks 720 and takes this flush, just because there's a lot of a gap to be filled here on GEO. So this is one of those. I know we have to be flat at the end of the day and it's not moving, but inside the range, I can sit comfortably with it with a stop in either direction to add to the short or to reverse into a long if the top end does break. I'm also in that AMC, but until we can get to I want to see us break this top here. Like I've already scalped this position off like a couple of times here. We got washout long here, then got back in when it was a failed break. I scalped in this range 53.5 before, then again at this level. Then I got more shares and again at 53.5. So I keep taking the dollar and then holding the rest, trying to catch like up to 55.5, 56 area. So if it dips down to 52.5, we're going to rinse and repeat because that's essentially what we do just about every single time. So we're going to stick with that plan of action. Yes, ORPH is crazy. I can tell you right now, I had this short look, which looked fantastic. And then it did this whole game where it looked like it was going to halt. And I'm like, oh, I want to get it on a halt. And then it does not. So in, out, scalp loss, in, out, scalp loss, in, out, scalp loss. Like 3 of them in a row. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. So I just get away from it. So I'm going to be down on this one. 2 for 3 on the halt style trades, but the key here is I didn't take this trade after a halt. So that's, the better entries are when I play in after actual halt. Somehow it manages to avoid a halt on some of these moves. Somebody can always explain to me how it manages to go, this move from 19, cleaning up to like 22.5 in a matter of 3 minutes. That's over 10%. No halt is what it is. Now it's starting to come back in. Very dangerous to trade, guys. I know the momentum is there. I would not be shocked if this thing were to take out this 19 area here to see a retest like a couple of dollars upside, guys. So I would like Geo. I would not sit in this one the way I would sit in Geo in a short trade. You just take the break and then pray that you can get a move into 21, 22 and watch out for those halts, people.
Well, good thing Danger is my middle name. We are in ORF right now. So we are in ORF right now at 17 and 25. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see if it can test up to 19, 20 or so upside. And then, we'll look at that 21. So we're in ORF right now. We're going to see where it goes. Who knows? Roblox is trying to test again, guys. So let's see. 81. We're down to that low again. I mean, do we just get out here or do we be real stubborn and wait for that bottom? I'll make up my mind, but for now, I got to throw it back to Brendo.
We've talked about the Chinese EV makers this morning, guys. If you joined us for the morning show, make sure you join us for the morning show every morning at 8:30. XPeng here, leading the way all the way back and then some. 2.25%. We're right at, guys, day highs or close to it, close enough to it. But worth noting, NIO still down, nowhere near the bounce that XPEV had today.
Well, hey, man, NIO literally, Brendan, how could you not know? NIO just broke 44. It's like, I'm sitting there looking at that NEO top, and I shorted this as a Fed play. Well, I mean, it bounced up here on the Fed news and then was able to fade it. But I just got long when the top broke on NIO here. As it takes out that 44.80 level. So I know it's still down in the session, but you get a double top. I mean, technically triple top if you count this at 70. And I just want to see if we can take it out here on NIO. So maybe not as strong, but I went for the break here. We already made money on the short side of the trade. If we can hold this cluster here in the mid 60s, I think that'd be a good place for a dip buy. Otherwise, remember, we got to be flat by the end of the day. NEO's one that usually I want to have it resolve itself before that 350 mark. So got about 20 minutes for this one to go. Maybe XPeng is stronger. I'm going to play NEO because that's what I was trading earlier. And I just kind of like the volatility and, well, I guess the volume and the price action on NEO a little bit better.
All right, so we're going to switch our stop here to 82.50. I mean, if this breaks 82.50, we'll get out, and otherwise we'll just let this ride. I mean, we're short at 86.50, so it'll be a $4 winner no matter what. We do have $5 right now on Roblox, and you know, it was small cuts all the way up, but then thank God we took a big position here and got out 1, 2, 3, 4, just all the way down, then got out again here. So we're still holding 20% or so of this trade, so it's going to be a good one. And again, if we can get back down here, then hip hip hooray. But until then, 82.50 coming through right now. Okay, that's that trade. And then we wait for, I mean, I'm still long this. We wait for this break, 54.75 break. And then I do want to try to get this AMC out around 55.56. I think that's a decent spot back to 10.30 highs. Again, we'll see. We'll test it out. And then ORF right now on the crazy stock of the day, basically. I mean, there's lots of them, but 18.19. We're long at 17.25. So if we can take any profit, we'll do that up to here, though. It has to go at least, guys, to 18.50, like 18.70, something like that, because I'm going to give it back down to here, to 16. I'm giving it back down to these levels. So those are the kind of holds that I'm trying to do. 17, so it'll be about a buck 30 of a hit. So that means we need to get up here. So let's see if we can go. We'll pass through VWAP. Remember, it's tomorrow is the D-Day for this. So we'll see if they get accepted or not. I mean, any rumors coming out, obviously that's probably what spiked a lot of this today. So we'll wait to see if they get it tomorrow. 19 coming on ORPH, and I'm holding it. I'm going to see how long I can hold this for. Well, I'm not going to see. It's 16 we're going to get out. So if this doesn't go, we get out, and I think it's well worth the risk based on what this chart looks like.
And interesting thing is, yeah, I saw a question here about it looks like a TNXP entered a purchase agreement. Now, there's a difference between like purchase agreements that might just be a contract. I'm not familiar with that particular story. And actual leverage buyout, those are two different things. Leverage buyout, of course, is that KIM, where it's literally a cash deal, one company getting bought for cash or cash in stock. In that particular case, we actually will have a video out on that one in how you can observe those trades. So make sure it is actually a leverage buyout if that's what you're talking about, not just some kind of a contract for a deal. Now, we're getting a bit of movement in that GO. If it breaks 720, I want to add to that position and then go back over to, I'm assuming, was there a goal?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, okay. I just heard the and I'm like, did Roblox move? What's going on there?
No.
Was it Geo? Was it that ORF, which I think has a shot to moon at least a little bit here. If it does break these, there's actually a level here like 1775 and not just this 1920. There's a couple of places, like if this were to go, it could go gangbusters, like that Geo, just barcoding. And a stock like this, with that news, the chances that it stays in that range up until 4 o'clock are basically slim to none. It's very rare that I'd see that happen when it's been this volatile, but this is the area where they've accepted price. They did it earlier and it ramped, and then they've had all kinds of support off of 1650.
Yeah, 1-0 there. That was a sick goal. So anyways, that goal will stand for sure. Okay, 16, again, we're still looking for 16 here. This is ORF. I'm just watching this name. It's not a big position by any stretch of the imagination. And then AMC, we still have this as well on board. We're going to wait to see where this one can get out. We're just bouncing off VWAP. That makes a lot of sense to me, man. Maybe we should just take the $2 winner on this, 54.25. 50. I mean, right here, it's $1.80 right now in the money. Still trying to break. So I do like this trade. I think this is probably well worth doing something on anyways. 54 and change. We'll wait to see where that goes. Not much happening in the crypto space right now. There was a decent move off that number, but we'll wait to see where it goes now, including Ether. Where is it? Here it is here. Just bouncing around. This is a daily chart. We'll check out a minute chart. There was some kind of up and down action on it. Where is it? Let me just go quickly. Right here. So, this is 2 o'clock, right? So we come out right here at 2 o'clock, makes a move down, makes a move up, makes a move down, and now we're just kind of chilling. So that's why I just want to talk about it. There was some money. I made some decent coin here off this move, but other than that, now we're just doing nothing on the high side here of Ether. So I want to bring that up for Ethereum. Anybody looking at that, basically the exact same chart for Bitcoin as well, guys.
Never look a gift horse in the mouth, which I may have just done. 49 on DraftKings, just held like an absolute champion. Now it's right back to where I got the first scalp level out on this little break here. Of course, the bottom pick would have been much better. I told you guys how I got shaken out of that one while Chairman Powell was talking. I'm not going to blame it on him. I know it's choppy during that zone, and I either should have given myself more room, which I didn't want to do, or I should have just got right back in when it held that support. That's a failed breakdown. I should always jump back into it. And I love the fact that we're holding this price level for now, this 48.75. If we retest 49, I'd probably trail it up to make sure I get some profit. There's always a chance to add if this level gets taken out here, that 49.05, guys. So I want to lock that one in. As far as Geo goes, I'm willing to be in something in the anticipation of a break when the risk to reward works. But with about 25 minutes, 30 minutes to go here, if we barcode too much longer, I would probably just take this off. I'd leave the breakout on as long as I got at least 10 minutes to work it. But at this particular point, I like the idea that getting into power hour, this can break the range, and I feel more comfortable sitting in it before the break short. I wouldn't sit in a short in ORF hoping it breaks the range. I think that's crazy. But Geo, a little bit more controlled, obviously, and you have some obvious resistance areas that you can work off of. AMC, what happened yesterday, it was basically the same trade. And what happened yesterday is I allowed it to go all the way up, like $2-3 in the money, and then ended up not getting out until it was all the way back to the higher low. I kind of don't want to have that happen to me here. At the same time, we still have 30 minutes to go, and I still want to buy a dip in front of 52.5. But if we get to 350 and I have a chance to take it off in front of VWAP, I'll probably just go ahead and do that, bank the profit. I gave away an extra $1 to $1.50 yesterday's action. You guys all saw that, saying, Neil, get out, Neil, get out. I probably should have. At the same time, it was a relatively small position compared to what we had at the bottom both days. So we'll see what we can here. I don't know if it's going to make that big breakout. We're running out of time, and it's also barcoding.
All right. No, there's not another goal there. Okay, so we did put in that order for Roblox there, 82.50. We'll see if that can come in. And again, this is just where we're going to get out. This was just a VWAP break, and again, we knew that this was right before Powell came, or right before the Fed was released. So again, that's why we took that out. Normally, if there was going to be no Fed, probably wouldn't have, and we might have given it back up to here. But again, we didn't know what was going to happen, so that's an out there on Roblox. Now we'll wait for this bottom. I think we could still get even more bottoms here. The NASDAQ trying to get back to positive, considering where we came from. This is look, this is since he started speaking. Just straight to the upside. So the market's loving Mr. Jerome Powell. What's up, Brendo?
A little bit of a downtick here in Tesla. The market is doing the same, but just watching Tesla, guys, we're up 1%. This is not directly Tesla related, but Elon Musk tweeting about superchargers, saying massive increase in supercharger network is currently underway. So heads up, guys.
Currently underway, huh? Okay, a Blackberry. Oh, yeah, this was a big trade, man, today. This Blackberry trade. You guys want to see one in and then just cash money to the outside there? Look at this, bang, 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 all the way downside there. Beautiful trade on Blackberry. It actually goes to 12.60, giving that almost a full $1 there from that call from the sticky note. So hopefully you guys saw that. I don't even know where my sticky note is anymore. Oh, it's behind here. It was 13.50. Anyways, we don't have to go over it, but there it is. You can find this on Twitter. We talked all about that. MindMed really didn't do anything. That was on the sticky note as well today, MNMD. We can check that out. I don't want to do anything with Blackberry right now, but MindMed, I was looking at that $4 break. I know there's a lot of you guys looking at that. It never happened. It was right here. We got our order in right there to break that 4. And why 4? It's just, it makes sense. It's right here, 4.405. So we'll see MindMed. This is off of a positive comment from Kramer yesterday. So we'll wait to see if that can get going again here. 405, I think, is a good break spot for MindMed, but not today. It's definitely not happening today. Well, I don't want to say definitely. It could happen. What time is it? Still about a half hour to go. So we'll watch out for MindMed. Not too interested in this one. The volume's decent, 12 million, but this chart right here, I don't see anything, so I'm going to pass. Pretty hard pass there on MindMed. And then just to check back, I get into this name and it really doesn't do anything. I wasn't going to get out there for that 50-cent hit. So obviously when it goes in the money, 50 cents, we're not going to take it. We need a 19 print here on ORPH. No offers hours out though, so let's see how high this thing can fly. I'm thinking a lot higher than this. I'm even thinking 21. So let's see if this can go, man, and then we'll kick it off with a monster win here to end the show.
In vino veritas is one of my favorite lines of all time, and you guys are pointing this one out to me. I didn't see this bad boy. Vino up 75%. It just spiked to the upside. You're going to look here quickly if I can on the daily chart. I mean, it's going to load up hopefully enough here that you can see these levels getting taken out, that 660 area on the 15, just to get a perspective of the kind of movement, a big time double up if you actually go back to where some of the support was in the last couple of sessions. But it is sort of cresting out here, and you get one of these situations where you might look at a rollover. It's not a halt trade per se, but you are getting consolidation off of that high. So, I haven't seen a ton of selling. I've only pulled it up a couple of seconds ago. The volume's okay. There's a bit of a spread on this stock. It was just 10 cents and then 5 cents there. So you really have to watch out for that bid ask as it goes towards the top. I would love to see it make another a jailbreak here at the high and then fail, or even get a halt trade. I mean, if this thing halts before 350, I would look for that reopen style play. Brennan?
Yeah, that one's been an interesting one. Gaucho Group is the name of the company there for Vino. It looks like this is the big one today. They launched their Amazon storefront. So, yeah, Gaucho Group, guys, rallying on that.
Like, that's what's moving markets? Like, you're launching a storefront? Okay. Good.
91%.
Good for them. Okay, I believe this is probably a mistake here because 231 likes doesn't really make much sense. If you guys could turn that like around, that'd be great. This is an absolutely free show. We trade, we do everything live for you today. So please turn that around. Like 500 would be great. If you haven't had the chance to do that yet, please hit the like. That would be fantastic. And join us right after the show as well. Neil will be discussing Roblox trading with you. And yeah, I mean, this has just been a great trade here for me in the afternoon anyways, as we wait for it to come down. All it did was pull back. Like, I feel silly getting some of these out at these bottoms here and then halfway, but the money was just pouring in. So we were able to get out, and then there's right there on VWAP as well. So we're going to wait for Roblox. Remember our out. We're not going to be stubborn about this. That's not how we trade. We're just going to wait. So if it does get to 82.50, we're gone. And then if it does break below this, then I think we get this. So we're going to wait for 80.50. I don't have any bids out. I don't have any offers out. This is going to be a closed trade, one and done right now. Just treat this as a normal trade. Like, if you want to go short now, I think you have a good risk. Like, if you want to go short with me right now, I think you can take this right now at 80. I mean, now it's starting to get going, but 81, like right now, 82, 82.25. But then use this, man. 82.50 as your out. I think that's going to give you a good little risk reward. So you could go another short now in Roblox and then take it to 82.50 and then watch out for 81.39 here. I mean, I could add to this position, but I'm just going to keep it in right now and see where we go from here. What's up, Neil?
It's not just because you guys got it up to 600 there, 577 on the likes. It's getting to 600 for sure, so good call out there. And thank you guys so much for the support. But I mean, I heard saw someone in the chat and they were like, hey, Torch, that 6 level looking really, really good. And I'm sitting here shorting off of this 610, and then most of this trade has been off of a 6 level. So I go over, I see the offer, and I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I reload here? Been able to take some out in this range at 580. It's a $6 stock. Why not scalp 10 cents when you can get it? So I'll jump back into some shares and see if we can't get back down on that bid in front of like maybe the mid 80s or so, because this is now like a 96 entry. So why not rinse and repeat a little bit of this action? I love the fact that you keep everybody else on their toes. You might miss a trade here and there, but when you got a big community, you're certainly going to hear about every single opportunity. And I did say, Gio, we're running out of time for this one to go. So what I'm going to do, just to give you an idea of my thought process here, I'm already sitting in a short, so I will no longer add to the short if it breaks 720. I'm not going to reverse into the long. If this is like 350, I'm not going to reverse long. I'll just sit into this. If it can roll over, fine. It looks like it's going absolutely nowhere. 5 cents worth of risk on this stock, I think is perfectly okay. But I did miss a reload in DraftKings there. So a bit of this is a bungle. There's no way around it. I'm not going to look at the gift horse in the mouth. I will take it off in and around VWAP for the 25-cent win. But there was a reload shot here at 48.65. And I still think if it can take out 49.05, still time for a breakout. And if I'm going to play the breakout, I might as well have banked this profit here. So a couple of decent trades in DraftKings to the long side, despite the Hindenburg report. And up on the session, remember, some of these times when they get these short seller reports and they're already down and they find an area of support within a day or two, you've seen these squeeze before. I'm not saying DraftKings is that kind of a squeeze situation, but certainly a good sign for it, at least now on day 2 in DraftKings after that little wipeout, after that wipeout on the short seller report.
All right, so Vino now halted. I don't know, I guess it just was halted right now, I guess, 330 there, just halted there. I'm hoping to celebrate yet again another Italian win with some vino. So we'll be doing that tonight, hopefully at 8:35. Good price there for VINO. Nicely done. If anybody had this, some easy longs here. If you had it, anyways, breaking through 650. That, I mean, doesn't get any easier than that. These triple tops, bang, break it out. Even here, 6 was a pretty easy short as well. So hopefully, or long, sorry. Hopefully you guys had some of that and a nice little move to the upside there on the halt. Just noticing that obviously they're on the chat from you guys. So good look there. And then here we go again, guys. AMC, it's trying. That's the one day. So here we go. It's trying to get back upside, man. 55, 56. We'll see if that can come into play. I think it can. So let's get there, man. I mean, someone asked, is AMC a good hold at current prices for tomorrow? I hate making calls on a stock like AMC for tomorrow, because today's action tells you that if you logged in early, you could have got $60, and then you could have got 52, where I'm long right now. So that's $8, otherwise known as, you know, up and down, 60 down to $8 on 60. So you're looking at like 15% or so of a move right there, just intraday. So do I think it's a good hold? Yes, because 52 held. So I think if you got 54s and, you know, you're okay with maybe a $4 loss, we'll see tomorrow if 50 can hold. But again, it's very, very hard to make calls when the stock is still open, right? And then you have to wait for tomorrow, because what's going to happen tomorrow, we don't know. You could come in tomorrow, it's at 70, right? So we'll wait to see. I like AMC to hold at these levels. I think it showed us its teeth down here. And then if you want a little bit of a longer aspect here, you could see this. Here's AMC here on a longer term. This is a 20-minute. You could see that's a good, like right here, good baseline. We did droop down, but since then we've never came back. So I think 52 is a decent hold there. It was the breaking spot early on the 14th. That's where we started the day and then ended up at 58. So I like this 52 for a hold. That's why I'm still holding it. And that's why right now we've got a $2.50 winner on board with AMC trying to hold this thing. I just said, man, we could get this thing to 55, 56. There it goes. The profit has spoken.
Although this time, Sean, if it turns off 55, for me, I'm taking the profit here. All I will say to you, Clint, in the chat, you're right. I did say break it on NIO. It then stopped me out. It held that level almost immediately. So I get back into position and then scalp it out and then miss trigger here on a stop. By the time I realize, this is kind of ridiculous. By the time I realize it, we've already come to the upside here and you're taking out that high. So it's a good looking break. We did go to that higher time frame to show you, but I'm only human. I'm going to miss out on these sometimes. Right now, AMC is going to be the story for me. Look, and it's really more about what happened yesterday, because you get right into what was resistance at 54.75, and then this 55 level, and then up here at 56. Any one of these cause a bit of a pullback, and I'm just going to take the profit and run. You can maybe get a scalp trade if it bounces off 54 again at VWAP. So I want to make sure I'm banking this. It already looks like it's trying to reject that 55, and if that's going to be the case, I have no trouble taking the profit. It's a couple of bucks on that trade. Geo looks like it's going to stop out. And Torch, you guys are the best. We'll walk on water for that one, because the reload in front of 6 is already giving you that scalp trade one more time. So I was actually going to get like 602 to 605, and then you guys like, look at that 6 level instead of 610. I went over and looked at it. It looked absolutely fantastic. So I shorted again in front of that. And there it goes, 55. Thank you, AMC. Not repeating what it did yesterday, when we turned a big win into a small one. Looks like we'll stick with that. I'm going to trail this to... Well, not yet. If it breaks 55.50, I'm going to trail it to 55 even.
All right, there it is. Yeah, we just took it out right there. 56. Oh, wow. What a good out that was. Where was that out? 55.71. Guys, 55.71. Bang, right there. I called this. Like, what's up, Mike the Impaler? What's up with all you guys there on the chat? There's that call, man. We gave that right there to you. I said 55. Like, it was down here. It was 53, guys. 53 when we were calling this play. Right there. Look at that out, man. 55.71. Good out. We take that out. And bang, that's it, man. Put this money. Glad I'm back here this afternoon, guys. What's up?
We had that news going back to last week, guys. Remember on Biogen with their Alzheimer's drug? Ever since then, there's been a number of minor, smaller companies popping up with Alzheimer's-focused drugs. Here's another one, ABXL, if you remember from a couple days ago. We mentioned this one popped up to above 22. It's starting to go again here into the close. 21 just broke there on volume for ABXL.
Oh, you gotta love those ones, guys. And just to come, someone just asked me about Space, Virgin Galactic. I didn't really see anything that was crazy in today's action, so I haven't really been on this stock today. Load up, load up, load up. I just think most of this move is probably going to be that post-Fed bounce, and then you're getting right into another resistance level. So without any kind of a catalyst, I really do feel like you're in this sort of target area where, and I just use my trail to get out of 55 on AMC, so I'm going to make sure we take the profit today and talk that one through. We're at this level on Virgin Galactic where, and I said this before when we got to this price range off 27.50, and if you're looking at that break back here at the 50 period, this is a good place to take some profit. I know they got the launch coming up, but it's one of those where it could be, if it doesn't go well, let's just say I feel like your downside is not it's not the 50 period. And it's not necessarily 22. It's back into those like teen type of range. So if you're in that little swing, taking profit makes a lot of sense. This is a play into next year if you really are hanging on to it. But if it is a short-term swing, it's not a horrible place to think about that cluster because you have a bit of a shelf here at 34. So take advantage if you can and you want to grab that profit. Gonna go back over to that torch because that's what we still have on here. And AMC's still holding 55, so it might have been a bit of a quick trigger there, but we only have 15 minutes left, guys. And you got to get flat anyway, so you might as well try to take profit where you can. We do that scalp trade, so I got to shout out to you guys. If we don't break 580, in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I will just cover the rest of this for a shallow win. I have bids all the way down, so I am covered. That ORF, I guess look, I didn't short this when it broke out. Like I would have taken a break if this wanted to go up. I would have taken a jail break on the news coming in here, but I didn't really like the idea of going short this at 1660. That I guess was the move I wanted to happen in Geo, which still hasn't happened yet. But it looks like potentially that's not the floodgates opening up here when you break a level like this. It basically goes like 50 or 60 cents. When really the next level support, you can kind of call it down here at 14. It kind of stalls shy at this halt price where, that actually looks like a reverse long now that I think about it. And I got to revisit that trade a little bit earlier on, that 1580 level. But that's kind of like a weak support level there. If it bounces off of that, that's pretty bullish.
You know what, I'm going to check the, okay, so we are out, there it is, so a nice little trade there for sure. I'm going to call this diamond hands as much as I can for Roblox. That's a $4 winner right there, out 82.50. We talked about that trade. We like the way that's set up, and there it is, Hammer City there on Roblox. That's a good trade there. AMC, we just tweeted that out. That's it doesn't get any better than that for me right there. Good out, really happy with that. Like Neil said, we have to be flat at the end of every single day. We will do some little dance here. We only took this, ORF, again, guys, because we thought there was a chance for this to go, right? So we'll just put that away and take a loss on that one. Pretty much our only loss here today, ORF on that call right there, bang, bang. That's okay. That was a very, very light trade, but you miss the opportunities down here. So a bunch of halts. Every time you don't see the volume pick up, there's halts there. So that's that. Check in. Did Vino reopen up? Yes, it did. So Vino opens up in the same kind of play. They're 9 all the way back down. I guess it opened right here, right? And then up to 9, now right back down. So we'll be celebrating with some of this today as we're once again positive on the day. Big day for us. Very, very happy with the way this is trading out. And then AMC, I don't know what else to even look at right now. Roblox back to 83, so that's good. Make sure all your stop orders are canceled. And just a matter of time, we have the imbalances coming out. Here's what they look like on Toronto today. Really nothing. Some energy stocks, CNQ. It's going to be a monster day tomorrow, probably being Thursday. And then Friday, we have the rebalances. So these are going to get spicy. And then we'll call up the New York imbalances and the NASDAQ ones for you very, very soon as they're about to come out at 350.
I'm going to hit this one here, and it's not like Vito didn't even set up perfectly for that short trade, but I'll give it to you, Austin Waldo, and I got to read this one out. I wish I had 10 thumbs so I could give the show 10 thumbs up. That's not really the Dave Chappelle quote, but I love where your heart is at there. I'm a huge Chappelle fan. That was absolutely fantastic. You got to have a setup for an entry here, and look, there's just almost no way that Vino actually qualified for me. It does fail, but that's a very strong move into 9. I think unless I'm catching it at about 850, 860 off the 9, there's no way I'm making that play when it takes like 810 because that's too tight of a stop to 840, the halt level. Would it have worked? Yeah, you could have sat in this one, and it's like, it breaks back down below that halt level. Whatever, throw 820s in there. Just give it to the top. Looks like it would have worked out. But breaking your plan and being positive is not the way to go today. I don't want to spoil too much about the trade of the day. You guys were watching in the morning. You saw Roblox. Of course, it was a good short, but did not stick to my levels and entries. Got in too early by breaking a couple of rules. And you take what was a good trade and then turn it into a bit of a bad one. And you don't want to do that on halt trades, especially because the risk is even bigger, guys. So stick around. It will be that trade of the day. It is on Roblox, but I want to make sure you guys see the thought process in a lot of these trades. I just have Torch. Thank you, Sean, for reminding me to cancel some of my stop orders. I actually had 2 or 3 that were still in there. Of course, you know, DraftKings had broken to the upside. I got to cancel that one. AMC continuing the profit. So did not need that stop order at 51.50 anymore. I don't know why that was still sitting in there, because clearly it's off to the races at this point.
Looks like AMC will take out this high again right now with only 10 minutes to go. We will see these imbalances fly through in about 30 seconds. So that's going to be a good one. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so we'll wait to see BBE as well. 12.96, good out there when we did get out right there. No, right there. And then this was a pending order that we had. We were actually waiting for 90s. And then when it didn't come, we got out at O's. And then it came right back and filled us. So that's a quick in and out there. Okay, just seconds away now. We'll show you guys the imbalance locator right now. So this is what it looks like temporarily, and then it'll fill up in just 1 second right now. There it is. So Palantir, hello. Okay, let's just buy this the stock right now, 71.
What?
So Palantir with a 4 million share bid. I don't know. We'll see how far this goes, but we're into Palantir right now. So there's some other NASDAQ ones, Siri, ET Gold, Visa. I don't know. This may not go, but that's a nice little bid there for Palantir. Let's see if it'll hold some of these highs. We'll give this back to like 60, guys, on PLTR off this imbalance locator.
That's one of those, like you see this and like you kind of wonder, you know, going into Friday, there's going to be some index rebalancing, of course. And of course, fuel cell had a small imbalance. I tried to go over to that. Now my chart is frozen. Please tell me the 15 is going to be good. Yeah, so I'll show the 15-minute chart there just because you see that buy and bounce. One other thing that you can do with that play is if you don't get the breakout, maybe catch a little bit of a dip. In a dip situation, 25 looks like a little bit of resistance, so you could always play that maybe if it gets paired off, you could work off 25, but buying the dip off VWAP could be another way to express that trade on Palantir. There's no guarantee that things move based on those imbalance numbers, but certainly there's opportunities to be had. Brendan?
I don't know if we can pull that back up again. I just saw this, actually, before we do that, I just saw this happen to GameStop, guys. So maybe there's an imbalance somewhere on GameStop because we just had a big pop here.
I guess I can now focus on trading because it's halftime. Okay, here goes Palantir right now. Bang, 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 bang. I mean, beautiful win there. And that's how we trade it, man. This is what we do. Just got to be really quick. We see that, we come out, bang that to the upside. Now let's hold to see how far we go from here. We just want to take it out because we are near this high. Well, we are at basically the high of the day is 25, but we'll see if we can get to there. I don't know. We'll watch to see Palantir. What Brendan wants, Brendan gets. So here we go. I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't see GME on here. Palantir. There's WFC. Here, oh, I just saw AMC somewhere. Where is it? There. Oops, there it is. 800,000 on AMC as it's moving around right now. Yeah, nothing really on GME unless I sort of search for it, but it's definitely not sub or greater than 1 million. So we'll wait for that. And AMC now, again, what was that? That was a buy. So AMC still not better than the price we got out at, but Palantir is also struggling now at 79. So what this means is you see, this is the thing, like we've already bought this. So congratulations, anybody long Palantir with me. We're already ringing we haven't rang the register yet, but we're already long and huge on this, but nice to see this is already paired off, right? So it was about 4 million, 9 plus 4, 13 million right there already done. So 9 done, 4 left. So watch Palantir could fade out. That's why we got out at 2/3 up here.
You had to scroll pretty far down to find GME here. I just sorted mine alphabetically so I could find it. 7,000 shares to buy. So I mean, I guess it moved anyways. But look, it just goes to show that sometimes these things can do anything, and there was a bit of a spike, but it was not to me because of the gigantic imbalances. The timing of it could have also just been a level break because you do have 221.75, the morning high gets taken out at 350. So combination of both. The algo's hitting it and then stops triggering at that particular price. Maybe something to look at in the future, but either way, no big imbalance on GameStop. Brennan?
Another one just popping up here. BPMC, day highs on volume as well, guys, running into the close. Looks like they got FDA approval for treatment that they're working on in the cancer side of things. So nice look here for BPMC as well.
BPMC. Let's check out on ORF. ORF not doing anything. Palantir, we just took some more out. I mean, I could just zoom in. This is just one in, man, and bang, right there, out, 78, 79s. I don't know, like we're emptying it out. We're getting lighter and lighter now as this keeps going up. I don't have any offers anymore, so we'll see if we can get 80, and then we'll get a little bit higher than that. Next offer is gonna be like right around here, 83, 82, 83, and then we'll see about the high of the day. So this is a quick little trade off the locator, and we just saw that bid come through, and I just went, you saw me. Bang, 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 bang. As quick as we can there. Muscle memory, that's what you got to have. So there goes Palantir nicely to the upside. It's struggling at 80, so it's probably good enough, man. We'll just take this 8 cents and run. It's only 5 minutes left. Someone said, what happens if we hold past 4 o'clock? I don't know. Not much happens, but you're not supposed to. So we got to wait for that. If you do have a stuck position or something, then you can work your way out of it. But because it's a prop firm, obviously Day Trade the World's not going to take any risk on my position overnight. So you got to get flat on that. We only make decisions intraday, right? Not off hours. But you get. That's what it is. So someone asked about that. If you're with Day Trade the World, talk to your trading floor development team, and they'll tell you all about that. And here goes Palantir 81. So I think we'll just get this out now. It keeps stopping, and then what's going to happen is going to pair off, and then I'm going to be screwed. So I got to get some out here as it's not even paired off yet. But what paired off means? See, there it goes. Just took down 1 million shares. See, it's pairing off. So I got to get out of this.
Yeah, and 355 is the time that you get a lot of paired volume. And look, Vino is halted here at 48. Now, when you have halts really, really late in the day, in this kind of a window, a lot of times you'll see that open and it'll be at 4 o'clock. And there will be one chance to get out with a market on open order, and then it'll open back up at 4. And then there's post-market trading. So if you're in, you can cover with an auction order when it prints at 4 o'clock. Unlikely to open before that. AMC holds 55. That's fantastic. Certainly for the bull case, and this is what we talked about yesterday, wanting to happen on AMC. Come on, load up a lot of executions on AMCs, you can kind of tell. I don't think there's any purple on this chart. Uh-oh, it's going to freeze on me. Yeah, it's going to do it, of course. Been absolutely abusing my charts today, but there you go. It's a 15-minute chart anyway, so I can zoom back on it here. And you can sort of see how well we're holding up as opposed to yesterday's action when it tried. Now you have a decent chance, and you look at this previous floor here at 55.5. We talked about this on the way down a couple of days ago. If we can hold this and maybe close above that 55.5, there's a level to defend. That would be a higher low. That would be a solid sign for us going into the second half of the week and post-Fed. Looks like the NASDAQ has not held 14,000, however, so it was a good bounce. It hasn't been able to follow through. I am going to now get flat on that torch. It'll end up being the last little bit here, a 5-cent win. But these stocks aren't going to go like we always say. You've got to bank that profit at the end of the day. That's not so much about not looking a gift horse in the mouth as I have to get flat. If this was 11 o'clock and I was in a position like that, I would be letting it ride down into 550, 560, get a bit of a bigger winner. But with 3 minutes to go, I'm going to take the profit where it lies. Now, Sean has Palantir. An option, I'm not saying he's going to do this, but an option, of course, would be to get out on the actual close print if it worked in your favor.
Yep. What's up, Beep?
Real quick, guys, before we wrap things up for the day, let's check out. There are some earnings coming up after market tonight or before the open tomorrow.
The Honest Company.
Yeah, the Honest Company, Jessica Alba, I believe, right? So that's a good one there. We'll see where they're coming out with reporting. Then Kroger, Lennar, obviously, housing has been super, super hot. So that is a great opportunity there with the housing market heating up. You can see what Lennar does. I think that's a good move there for Rocket Mortgage and some of those other names. UWMC as well on the mortgage front. So we'll watch out for that. I'm offering 80s around here, so we're going to see what happens with Palantir into the close. We'll see if we could get these nice little prints here into this close. But so for right now, Palantir, a good little trade, 357. There's only 2 minutes left. We can check it back in on the locator if you guys want. Everything's basically gone now, so that's why we're slowly getting everything out here. And then Palantir's almost gone gold. Barrick. Chilling out there as well. So we can watch that. KKR, GE, yeah, everything. You see it slowly pairing off. So I don't have any expectations really for this Palantir trade, but let's see where it goes.
That Honest Company, by the way, it was woodshedded going into those earnings, by the way. First earnings report, it was down like 10% off the bottom. It's come all the way back to 1780. So I feel like this is definitely a mover. You throw that one on your list. If you're going to be an active trader, I think we can take a look at this one going into tomorrow for sure as an actionable trade. So I'm going to make sure it's on my list, of course. Stick around. Don't go anywhere right at 4 o'clock. Of course, we'll roll from this into our trade of the day, get into our minds, guys, and we can talk about wins, losses, plan of execution. That's what it's all about here, guys. So take advantage of that just to show you, and I can't really, of course, the daily chart's going to be frozen on that, but I was going to say, the Honest, you guys can look it up. The daily chart looks about as bad as this intraday chart here on the 1 day. So it's been basically coming to the downside here. So volatility galore in the Honest Company.
Yeah, we're going to wait to see, and I'll just show you guys, we're going to wait to see where this prints us at the close. So we do have an order to get out here on the close. I'm not going to get anything, and then we're just going to take whatever that print is on the close. So that means like whatever the final print on Palantir is will be my out. So we are long right now. We're almost out of the position. I'm not going to leave it to chance. That's just not how I roll. So we'll wait. 24.80 right now is a target that I'm hoping to get. We'll see if that can come through because Palantir still has 500,000 shares to go. So they still got to find a match. And if you add up 500,000 shares, probably prints right here, 80.81. So we'll see where Palantir goes. And just for fun, I'll keep it on there and let you guys see where this does print with only 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, we're running out of time here. Ms. V is going to be on that bell, that ORF. Man, that weak support actually holds at 1580, so it looks like a good one. I do see her behind me there, so we are going to get into this close. Make sure you stick around, of course. Thank you guys for all the support. It's been a fantastic one and a fun one today. Certainly, I mean, it always is, but it's a good one. Make sure you come back in the morning. But let's drop that bell. The market managed to rebound, didn't quite get positive, but we got pretty close after the Fed tanked it just a little tiny bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, hit it, miss.
I thought we had security in this place.
So that's what he does in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Now we know what Rob does in the afternoons. He gets prepared to run back over here because we have Maggie on the 1s and 2s with Lucas there. So that's what Rob does. He runs back and then knocks it with his head.
Okay, so we actually got an 80. I think the print was 80 or 80. Let me see where it was. It has 80. So there was an 80 print there. You can see I don't know if you guys can see this here on the time and sales. Let me see if I can make this just a little bit bigger for you. There's a monster print here at 80. Right there. There it is. There's the closing print. 13 million shares right there. You can see it with New York 2 seconds after the market closes. That's the print right there. So our million shares was included in this as well. So there it is, Palantir, nice trade there. So you'll be seeing me on the top of the leaderboard tomorrow with Day Trade the World. Brendan, how did we finish today?
Oh, Sean, that's a large position.
I'm not trying to mess around. I mean, I'm here for a reason.
Clearly. Let's have a look. Pretty red, unfortunately, right across the board, as we said, though well off the lows. Fed Chair Powell was successful in his attempt to talk the market back up ever so slightly. So 0.5% here for the S&P, 0.6 for the Dow, the NASDAQ, 0.3, guys. Yeah, cryptos came off as well at the original announcement, and then we kind of just chopped around a bit for Bitcoin.
I guess it's not terribly surprising, but I'll just let you guys know that Vino did open back up. Like we said, it would open at 4 o'clock, so it is there. Shout out to those guys. You're asking for symbols. I saw that one. TNXP, we got a question about it. I will check that one out, put it on my list. When I do my prep in the morning, we'll talk about it in the morning show. We're all about education and finding new symbols. That's what it's all about here, guys. So we continue to always do that for you.
Yes, okay, exactly. My wife is sending me a grocery list right now. Okay. I'm making burgers tonight, so we're going to have the homemade burgers. We're going to make those. And my 6-year-old basically doesn't have a burger unless she has a tomato on it. So I got to pick up some tomatoes there. So we will be doing that. Yeah, 6 years old. Like my hands are going to be full with that one. Okay, guys, thank you so much, Maggie, Lucas, and whoever's part of security. We got to handle that guy running in next time. Hopefully he doesn't do that.
He can't not go on camera.
That's how he rolls.
He's loving life, so that's good. That's Rob, of course, just joking around. Our security is pretty lax here, though. So thank you to everybody. Thank you, Ms. V. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Brendan. I'm Sean. We're the Trader TV live team. See you tomorrow. Happy Fed Day.
Bye-bye.